The second point, socialism is exploitative, and capitalism is not. When a socialist or Marxist criticizes the market system, they don't criticize it because of how the capitalist spends money. For example, many business people dedicate a large part of their money to charity, to research into medicine, or to helping the poor. But entrepreneurs aren't criticized for that. The socialist says the origin of their money is in exploitation. Whether they spend it well or badly doesn't matter. For the Marxist, it's indifferent how the capitalist spends the money. For them, the essence of the evil lies in how the capitalist makes the money, supposedly, in quotes, by paying workers a bit less than they deserve. This is false. Socialist societies, like those that have existed in the world, Cuba, North Korea, the former Soviet Union, or Eastern European countries in their day, did these socialist societies not have weapons? Didn't they have armies? Didn't they have social security systems? Didn't they build roads? Didn't they have public goods? The question is, how were these public goods financed in a socialist system? How was the Soviet Union's army financed? How did they finance Sputnik? How did they finance the atomic bombs? Well, by paying workers less. If not, how could they have allowed for a surplus? For a socialist country to have a surplus to produce certain goods, diplomacy, armies, bureaucracies, it's necessary to pay workers less than their work is worth. Otherwise, how could they finance all these things? In socialist countries, by definition, there are no taxes because everything is owned by the state. This means that the wages workers receive under socialism must be funded at the cost of workers' salaries. There is no other option, as far as I know. In other words, in socialism, workers are paid less than they deserve. It must be so by definition. On the other hand, in free market capitalism, since there are no public goods or any kind of state intervention, the worker would always, at all times, be paid what they deserve. In socialism, they're not, because there's forced exploitation of some groups by others. In socialism, things are financed at the cost of paying workers less than their worth, with forced wages, because, as I said before, wages in socialism are not free. That is, any public good, anything the political classes enjoy, is taken from the skin of the worker. There's no other way, and as we said before, if what's being criticized is how capital is made, not how it's spent, then the socialist system is an exploitative system by definition. Moreover, since wages are not set by the free interplay of supply and demand, not by the mutual will of both parties, but are fixed by one of the parties, there's a system of exploitation where some workers earn more than they should and others less, because wages are politically determined, and those who earn less are financing those who earn more. There is no other way. The socialist system, by definition, unless it has no public goods, no social security, no army, is necessarily exploitative. In fact, it's the most exploitative system there is, by far.